Hello YouTube, how's it going? It's a professional here today, and here we have it, the Hunter review. Guys have been waiting for this. So the Hunter costs a total of 4,123,000, but you get it for a trade-in price of 3,100,000. So make sure you guys get that trade-in price. You do get this helicopter $1,000,000 off. Now let's begin. The Hunter is a two-seater attack helicopter. It has all the normal upgrades that we know, armor, EMS handling, but it has two missile configurations, and one is homing missiles that we all know, and a new one is called Barrage that's unique to this helicopter, where it fires seven missiles at the unguided at the target in a matter of 2 seconds. It has a bunch of nice liveries and paint jobs. The helicopter has an explosive cannon for the co-pilot underneath it, and it can drop bombs. It is the only helicopter in the game that is able to drop bombs. And you can have all the same kinds of bomb types. And here we have the explosive turret. So make sure you guys do upgrade that turret because the machine gun for the co-pilot is pretty useless. So right now, here I wanted to talk about this helicopter. For its size, has amazing handling, amazing agility. But even though it has amazing handling and amazing agility, its size makes it hard to navigate in tight corners. Here in this instance, I'm not having any problems flying under the bridges until I get under the very low bridges right here. And even though I'm able to easily fly under most of the bridges here, because of the size, the helicopter does get caught a little bit, and we have a fatal accident here. So even though the helicopter does have amazing agility, its size is what makes it annoying to fly in certain areas. This helicopter has wheels versus standard pads on a lot of other helicopters. The reason wheels are more effective in a helicopter is because you can make hard landings. As you guys saw right there, I was flying at full speed and I made a hard landing. So if you're flying full speed and you make a hard landing, you can land with this helicopter easily because of the wheels. As long as you keep the helicopter balanced, it won't flip. So wheels come in handy for hard landings. Now then, in terms of speed, how does this helicopter actually do? Now, this helicopter is one of the fastest helicopters in the game, and surprising for its size that it's such a fast helicopter. You can easily overtake the Savage. Now, I created this custom air race right here for straight line race, just to test how fast this helicopter is in comparison to others. And this helicopter performs very well. It will win in races. It will definitely win in races. So if you ever do races with this helicopter is definitely worth considering because you can use a custom. So in this instance, the helicopter gets a time of 45 seconds. And in the same exact race, the Savage gets a time of 49 seconds. So that helicopter is 4 seconds faster than the Savage. And the Buzzard, in the exact same race, the Buzzard gets a time of 48 seconds. So, still 3 seconds faster. The Volatus, this is the fastest helicopter in the game that can fly in a straight line without tights and turns. This helicopter gets a time of 44 seconds. So this helicopter the Volatus is a tiny bit faster than the Hunter, but other than that, the Hunter is one of the fastest helicopters in the game, and it's definitely worth the money. So right here, I'm showing you guys some more tight turns with this helicopter. Even though in the previous test that I showed you, the Volatus, even though it's 1 second faster than the Hunter would beat it in a race when it comes to agility. So if you're doing a race like tight turns, especially like around the city, especially around skyscrapers, the Hunter is going to blow the other helicopters away in a race. So whenever I do have a race, I'm choosing the Hunter, because it's a custom helicopter that you can use, and it's perfect in these situations. It's very agile and very fast. The only problem is, remember, its size. Its size, it can get you stuck in certain places. But other than that, the helicopter can easily navigate tough obstacles. In terms of money making and doing jobs, this helicopter definitely can serve purposes in terms of protecting people's cargo, doing missions, killing targets, killing NPCs. This helicopter is perfect for that. In Headhunter, this helicopter is especially useful because you can easily blow up the car, especially if you have a gunner. Now, this is the question everybody has been asking, and everybody's been asking me on the live streams. What happens if this helicopter goes up against the Savage? Who wins? Which helicopter is the better helicopter? Well, we're going to test it right now. This is the typical distance that helicopters engage each other at when they're having these missile fights right now. And as you guys are noticing, I'm not even using my flares. And the Savage is firing the exact same amount of missiles at me. I'm dodging them. This helicopter is so agile that you can dodge a lot of the missiles that it fires at you. So at long range, the Savage will not defeat the Hunter. And here it goes up against the Buzzard. Same exact thing happens. Buzzard gets destroyed. So earlier I showed you guys that the Hunter would easily beat a Savage at long range. But at close range, a good Savage pilot can decimate a Hunter pilot. You only need that one hit from an explosive cannon, and this helicopter flips. And the Savage pilot gets an advantage above them. The Savage pilots to stay above them, though, so that the gunner can't hit them. But at close range, a good Savage pilot can easily take out a Hunter pilot. Easily. Now, I wanted to show you guys with the missiles. Some people haven't noticed this, but the missiles on this helicopter, the barrage and the homing launchers, while they fire differently, they're also different missiles. So watch this very carefully, guys. You see the homing launcher, how I'm firing the missile from that? If I fire one single missile from that, that missile has longer range. And the barrage ones, they fly faster. So look right here, I fire one homing missile, even though that's the missile I fire first, and then I fire barrage. Barrage flies faster, but the homing missile, it gets farther, and it lasts longer and it explodes. So the barrage, they're different missiles. They're the RPG missiles. The homing missiles, they're similar to the homing launcher. So the homing missiles, they have longer range, and they fly a little slower. In terms of the co-pilot's explosive cannon, this cannon has decent range on it, and it can take down other obstacles. So make sure you let your co-pilots do their work. If you have a co-pilot, keep your helicopter steady and trust them to back you up. Now, in terms of bombing, it's very strange bombing in this because it's a helicopter, so you know you're not really used to bombing in a helicopter. But it would be decent at bombing with because you can slow down and come back easily versus a plane. You can't really slow down, you know. With a helicopter, you're hovering, so it makes bombing easily. In a damage resistance test, this helicopter takes 3 homing missiles. Nothing special in that, but there is something special in another damage resistance test. This helicopter takes a total of 7 explosive sniper rounds. That's insane for this helicopter. So while this helicopter takes only 3 homing launchers, it can take a lot of small arms fire. And I wanted to show you guys the barrage ability when you are targeting ground targets with this helicopter. The barrage ability is not as great as people seem to think it is. Like, I'm having difficulties just killing this single target here. So if you want to kill ground targets, your co-pilot is going to be your best bet. If you are close and you have a few targets that are really close together, you would want to use barrage. But if you have a bunch of targets and they're a little spread out, they're even close to each other, homing is going to be your best bet for clearing out a wider radius here, because homing missiles in this helicopter, you can keep firing them unlimited non-stop, and there is no cooldown time. And here's a quick tip: you can just cycle between L1 and R1, and you will just be able to change the target. So you can just fire one, press L1, change to the next target, or R1 to the next target. And this helicopter has a really long ejection period, so if you're about to get shot down, chances are you're gonna die because you're not gonna have enough time to bail. And here we come to the end of the review. Now the pros: this helicopter is very fast and agile. It can bomb, and the reason I'm putting that in there is because it's the only helicopter in the game that can drop bombs, so that's another amazing feature that it has. It can defeat all other helis. The Savage could defeat this helicopter at close range, but at most engagement ranges for helicopters, this helicopter will defeat every single other helicopter. So don't let the Savage get close to you, and you'll be able to defeat it easily. And this helicopter has an explosive cannon for a gunner, and the explosive cannon has decent range. So you can have double the firepower. You can have a pilot firing barrage, missiles bombing, and you can have another guy on the gun just spamming that. It has barrage, which is a new ability, which fires 7 unguided missiles in a total of 2 seconds. It's amazing for missions, such as Headhunter, any kind of mission where you need to destroy a bunch of targets, kill people, kill NPCs, even when you're doing like cargo missions. If you want to help your friend make sales, if you want to help protect cargo, this is an amazing vehicle to protect cargo with because of all the missiles that it can fire, and if you have a gunner for backing you up on that. And it's amazing for races. So even though the Volatus is a second faster than this helicopter will defeat the Volatus at almost every other race. If it's like a straight line race, I guess the Volatus will beat this helicopter. But any other kind of race, involving turning, tight turns especially, this helicopter will still win. And it's amazing for just such a large size that it just has such agility. So as you guys see, there's a ton of pros. Let's go to the cons. Few, but there's some I wanted to talk about. It has few cons here. The only thing I thought that barrage was kind of disappointing because you're firing all these missiles at once, and still I believe that the missiles should have a larger impact. The explosion should be a little bigger. They should have a wider radius, because as you guys saw, I was trying to bomb that one guy, one of my friends there that was helping me test it, and I was having a hard time killing him with barrage. So if you want to kill people on the ground, like people running around on the ground, use a co-pilot with your gunner, because barrage is not really going to get the job done. Barrage is probably going to get the job done if there's vehicles. If there's like a bunch of vehicles parked, barrage is going to get the job done. But other than that, I don't think that barrage is a good way to kill people that are on the ground. Its size, can get it caught on objects. It's very fast and agile, but again, remember this is a very big helicopter. So its size, if you don't fly under bridges with this helicopter, and try not to get this helicopter into tight areas. Like don't fly it down alleys and like such. But other than that, its agility and its speed makes up for the size. And it can be expensive, I guess, with a total price of $4,123,000, $3,100,000 trade-in price. Make sure you guys do the trade-in price. But I don't think we should really be complaining about the price of this helicopter, because this helicopter offers you so much, you know. It's such a unique new helicopter that they added to the game. It's a great attack helicopter, and a lot of people are going to be using this. So it does add its own unique element. So I don't think we should really be complaining about the price, but it is expensive, so I thought I would put that there. But the pros definitely beat the cons. I think everybody should add this helicopter to your collection, save up for it. So I guess that's my review. I'm sorry this took so long, guys, but I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.